You don't need a job. Society wants to keep you dumb, broke, and submissive. And the wrong people will brainwash you and manipulate you to stay in this system, which most likely is going to get replaced by AI anyway, and keep you stuck. Now, if you are the sort of person that is sick and tired of bullshit and wants harsh realities to actually understand that there's more to themselves and more to life than just getting a job, then join my free community, the No Bullshit Society, where we level up through truth. The link's in the description and pinned comment below. But also, this video will not appeal to those who are miserable wage slaves. Yes, I know, there is nothing wrong with a job. There is nothing wrong having a job. I get that. But when society, the systems, and the wrong people want to keep you stupid, want to keep you broke, want to keep you stuck, you just can't help but look at it a bit differently. I've worked for myself successfully since the age of, 21. It was 2009 when I set out to start my own businesses. I've had successes, I've had a lot of screw-ups and failures, but I love what I do, and I haven't worked for another person for 16 years. And I will never work for another person ever again. My last two bosses was, firstly, a landlady in a pub who was very disrespectful, rude. I worked there part-time, and she was a bit of a bully to everyone. So I just quit. I said, I can't work for a person like you. She said, you must work for me. You'll never make it in life. Yeah, see you later, love. The second was a narcissistic, racist boss. I worked as a legal clerk, which is like an admin job for barristers and lawyers. I hated every second of it. And this guy was so evil and nasty, and even racist as well, that I had another job lined up that he actually sabotaged, which is incredibly illegal, by the way. But that was great because then that gave me the springboard to say, do you know what? I've tried working for other people. I'm young. It's not right for me. I'll be my own boss. I work for myself. You see, it's not about learning how to do trading online. It's not like, some sort of scam or anything like that. It's very simple. It's working out how to make money and working out what your skills are and how your skills and expertise benefits other people. So I first started out my skills and expertise in doing online publishing. I loved music. I was in and around the music industry as well. I loved soccer, football, and I loved movies. So I created some websites which were like blogs and exclusive news, exclusive videos and stuff like that on here. And I just exploded. I got a ton of traffic, got a ton of followers and so on these websites. And I sold advertising space. That was it. So I was doing what I loved. And then I managed a team of people. But then it got too big, too volatile. I was too naive and stupid. I didn't know what I was doing at the time. And then I sold that business on because it was going downhill anyway. And that's that. However, along the way, with the money that I had and earned, I enjoyed myself thoroughly because I was a bad spender, but I invested as well. So I didn't just have money sitting around. I invested in real estate. I invested in stocks and shares because I knew in the future it will pay off for me. This is the other thing as well. People who are miserable wage slaves don't invest anything into their future. They say they can't afford to do so. They actually can. Instead, they just squander on streaming services, on alcohol, on food, and other bullshit. So when my business eventually was gone, that publishing business, I still had income from investments. So I wasn't still in a position to return back to a job. Miserable wage slaves and idiots and bullshitters were saying, oh, you failed, time to go back to it. Oh, you failed. I said, no, actually, I now have the freedom, keyword there, freedom, to explore other options. So I tried every business imaginable. I tried selling clothes. I tried selling artwork. I tried all sorts of online businesses. And it wasn't for me because it just didn't fit my personality. It didn't fit my type. it didn't fit who I was. I was a self-improvement guy. I was a guy that spoke authentically. I knew what it was like to win and lose in life. And it was leaving a toxic relationship, discovering about narcissists and so on, that then inspired me to get onto YouTube. So then I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to get onto YouTube. But I'm not just going to record videos on YouTube. It's a business. I earn money through advertising. I had sponsors originally as well, who were paying me and earning me a commission if I referred them to these companies who I no longer work with, by the way. But people loved the messaging because I realized 7 million plus people, that's how many views this channel's got in 5 years, like what I've got to say, resonate with the message, and also understand the point of view. So you can't just start a YouTube channel and assume it's a business. You have to create a business. So the business I created originally was all about advertising and sponsorship. So, I've got the sponsors. Oh, go speak to a therapist through this, whatever. Go sign up to this platform, whatever. And then what I realized was people were emailing me and messaging me and saying to me, I need your help. How do I do this? How do I do that? And I said, well, if I was in your situation, I'd do this and I'll do that, but I'm not a therapist. They said, are you a coach? I said, well, I guess so. Yeah, I'm coaching. Fine. And then long story short, I realized not only did people want to watch my videos, thank God, but people wanted my expertise. Remember, key word there. We all have expertise and experiences, but you don't realize it when you're killing yourself in a job that's going to be replaced by AI, most likely, or can be replaced by anybody else. You think you're irreplaceable and indispensable, and boom, you're out for 1 week, and the business, the company, the services, the government, whatever, carries on. So what happened for me and what took me to that next level was one-on-one coaching. Then what took it to another level was my free community, where inside my free community, you have VIP and premium members who pay for group coaching, programs, and so on. And suddenly, now I have a coaching business as well. I transitioned from publishing all the way to coaching, and I get to do something I enjoy every day as well. Am I a millionaire? No. But I'm in a financial position where I can do what I want, support myself and my family, and I'm actually growing every single year. Doesn't happen overnight. It took me 16 years to get to this point. Because here's the thing. If you go quit your job tomorrow, what the hell are you going to do? You might go through the journey I went through, but it takes time. In my publishing business, it took me a few years to really start seeing the fruits of my labor. With my investments, it took me over 12, 14 years to see the fruits of my labor. It takes time, but money should come to you, not you go to money. If you chase money constantly, it will fly out of your hands and not get you anywhere. If you think a job is stability nowadays, you're an idiot and you are a fool. We are on the cusp of seeing a massive culling of businesses, services, and more, and people losing their jobs. In fact, it's already happened. And you will be competing with many others for these jobs. And it had to take my partner, Mrs. Coach, being off sick recently, but she's okay now, thank God, looking at how I run my business day to day, to realize, oh my God, holy shit, it's not about, just start a business. It's not about do X, Y, Z. It's about what can I do to make money? How can I sell myself? What am I selling? What's it worth? Who's my target audience? How can I compound? How can I grow? The reason I love YouTube is because the sky's the limit. I can have as many subscribers as possible. I can get millions of views. I can get so many members in my community, which is free to join, the No Bullshit Society. The link's in the description down below. We have these conversations. We level up through truth. We inspire people like you who've made it this far in this video to make a change. Join now. And with coaching, obviously my time is limited. There's only one of me. And it's not that scalable, but I'm at the position now where I pick and choose who I work with. If I don't want to work with someone, I'm not going to work with you. You're not my cup of tea. You get to that stage. And it's not an arrogance thing. It's like, okay, I'm comfortable financially. I know my worth. I know what I'm good at. You want to work for me? This is the deal. Take it or leave it. You want to sign up to this? That's it. You want access to this program? That's that. You build systems. You build strategies. You build structure. You've got to be organized. You've got to be disciplined. Well, you're organized and disciplined in your job. So why can't you do it for yourself? Now, am I telling you to start a YouTube channel? No. You could make money mowing lawns. You could make money knitting. Hell, you can make money selling wedding invitations. You could make cakes. You could be in a tribute band. It doesn't matter. All that matters is learn how to make your own money. Because you've been taught the only way to make money is for someone else to give it for you and to you. Or that boss has to. That business. But they're making money from your hard labor, your extended hours, your minimum wage. And even if you're on a good salary, you're killing yourself to get there. In the 16 years I've worked for myself, not once have I regretted doing so. And not once have I ever thought, you know what, I'm going to go back to it. And I've been on the brink. I've been rock bottom thinking, well, maybe I should give up. Never. I've got to enjoy what I'm doing. In fact, the last 5 years especially, I've loved what I do. So it doesn't feel like work anymore. It feels like a game. And ironically, when it feels like a game and you're enjoying your work and your life like this, you make the most money you've ever made. And I'm just getting started. So stop thinking you need a job. Stop allowing society and these idiots keeping you as a wage slave. Learn how to make money your own way. It's actually easier than you think. And you, just like me and everyone else, has got some sort of expertise, something to sell. That's how it works. That's all it is. Figure that out and it will trump your job easily.